Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just another article here on two monster stocks to buy without any hesitation. I've talked about one of these quite a few times, and it's in one of the sectors that I talk about most here on the channel and have not talked about for a while, but we're going to be working on some MJ stocks. Weed, whatever you want to call it, without getting in too much trouble here on the channel, but don't want to get demonetized, but you know what I'm talking about, the green, so just be watching the channel. I'll be turning some more of those out today. It's been a while since I've done any of those. They're all down, so we'll pick a couple and see which is the best ones to talk about, but there is one in this particular article I was kind of surprised, so made me want to do a video on this article even more. So, but two monster stocks to buy without any hesitation. S&P 500 has plunged 22% so far this year, just crazy. Inflation fears have gripped the market. You can say that again. Every single day they talk about it, it goes down and up and down, up and down, up and down. Excellent growth stocks are getting hammered, and which is fine to a certain extent. It's fine for people like me that want to keep buying, but those of you in retirement wanting to sell, or I don't know, kind of sucks for you, but works for me because these I'm going to be holding for quite a while, but shouldn't motivate investors to abandon the stock market altogether, which is hard to do. What if I told you this was in fact the right time to invest? So right there you have it. Take the article's word for it. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion and bringing some stocks your way and some good ideas. So market downturns pulled down the stock prices of strong companies without any faults of their own. So it's just the stock market, the world we're living in. I shouldn't go there, but the administration that we currently have, or the lack thereof. So, but again, it provides a buying opportunity. So maybe we'll have a turnaround this fall, midterms. We'll just have to wait and see. This is when investors should grab stocks of companies with great long-term prospects and trading way below their highs. So I bought some, and sometimes they go down, sometimes they go back up a little bit, but it's been kind of aggravating. But if you just hold them over the long term, you should be fine. But again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, but the two monster ones are this right here, MJ and robotic surgery space. I believe I've talked about both of these, but one for sure more than the other. Intuitive Surgical is the first one. The pandemic might be weighing on ISRG. You can see trades on the NASDAQ, so you can get this one on any brokerage, or should be able to. Performance now. Since its sole revenue is dependent on robotic surgeries, there are minimally invasive operations that are mostly elective medical procedures. Sales of disposable instruments and accessories used during these surgeries also add to Intuitive's top line. And that's what it's all about, is that magic R word, revenue, and which makes our stocks go up, or should in turn. But here lately it's probably been on the dip, just like it says here. This dip is a temporary issue. When the pandemic wanes, which it will one day, elective procedures will be back on the table, driving Intuitive's revenue and profits. Robotic surgery is the future of surgery, so anything in the future, that magic F word, the nice F word in the future, I'm all for investing in, and especially if they're going to run up and make money on them. So Intuitive is dominating the market with the state-of-the-art Da Vinci systems. Its recent first quarter results are proof of that trend. 19% surge in the number of procedures performed worldwide drove its revenue to $1.5 billion with a B, up from $1.3 billion. So a little bit of growth. Depending on what company you look at, that's quite a bit of growth in the year ago period. If you're looking at Apple, comparing that to that, that's not much, but some of the smaller companies, it's worthwhile looking into. So Intuitive also trains surgeons to use its Da Vinci systems, which comes at a price for hospitals. So it is doubtful hospitals will switch quickly to any new system, even if they are cheaper, thus safeguarding Intuitive's revenue for years to come. For now, the company has a stable balance sheet with $8.4 billion in cash equivalents, and investments. Next is TrueLeaf, the C word. Florida-based, which I've talked about TrueLeaf quite a few times, and they're still over the counter. So when I bought this one, I believe TD charges, TD Ameritrade. I'm not sure about Schwab if they charge to buy over the counter. Fidelity I know does not, so that's where I got my TrueLeaf, at Fidelity. But they operate 165 MJ retail dispensaries in 11 states, while dominating its home state with 114 stores. That's kind of crazy. That's just everywhere in Florida. Everywhere you turn, there'd be a TrueLeaf. 114 out of the 165 in 11 states, and 114 are in Florida. It doesn't come as a surprise to me. Wall Street analysts expecting a potential upside of 244% for TrueLeaf stock over the next 12 months. Right there you have it. If that's not a catalyst, I don't know what is. All these are long-term holds for me. I think every MJ stock I have is in the red. Maybe not every single one, but the majority. With the $1 billion in revenue over the trailing 12 months, TrueLeaf is not too far behind Curaleaf, which I've also talked about, leading the highest trailing 12-month revenue at $1.6 billion, and Q1 TrueLeaf managed to outperform Curaleaf with $318 million in revenue, $5 million more than its competitors' results. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I would have to double check, but I think Curaleaf is in Florida as well. Revenue also surged 64% year over year for TrueLeaf, and I believe Curaleaf is on the OTC as well. Much of that is associated, I'll try to link those videos in the description, but much of that is associated with the purchase of Harvest Health and Recreation last year. Company ended the quarter with $267 million in cash and cash equivalents. TrueLeaf reiterated 2022 guidance and sees another year of solid growth. These aren't going to go down. They're just going to keep growing and growing. Everybody uses the products, whether they're legal or not. I'm here in Nebraska. It's not legal, but I smell it everywhere I go. So I was just at a concert Saturday night and could smell it. And that was outside, an outside concert, and you could smell it. And I did go to Snoop Dogg on 420, and that was inside, and of course you could smell it everywhere there as well. But so the point I'm trying to make is, whether it's legal or not, these products are going to be used. It expects revenue to land in the range of $1.3 billion to $1.4 billion, and adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, or EBITDA, to be the range of $450 million to $500 million. Once the Harvest Health acquisition comes to fruition, TrueLeaf will probably see green on its bottom line. MJ stocks might not be the flavor of the month now in the distressed market, but they shouldn't be underestimated. Like I said, I've been buying a little bit here and there, but TrueLeaf stock price could go sky high towards the reforms. Federal legalization or not, the U.S. MJ market is poised to grow at a compound annual rate of, put your seatbelt on, 15% by 2030. So some of these you can get pretty cheap, and a 15% gain in the next 7-8 years is quite a bit. So same goes for Intuitive Surgical, which is just starting the robotic surgery segment. According to BIS Research, the robotic surgery market could grow to be valued at $15 billion by 2029. They hold about 70% of the market. This landscape is yet to be fully explored, which is why I believe Intuitive has thrilling prospects over the next decade. Hovering around 50% below the 52-week high. Wow. another catalyst. Both growth stocks present excellent buying opportunities now, so I didn't even have to say it. And again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, but you can get into both of those. Just a peek at both of them. Intuitive Surgical currently at $192.08. You can see what it's done here, so it is capable of almost doubling. Just as of last September, it was in the 360 range, and just like everything else has came down since then, but down 34%. Even the past 3 months is down 30% plus. In the past week, down, and it's a green on Friday. Here's a look at TCNNF. As I said, it's over the counter. Check that out. A 1-year price target of $47.78, currently at $13.43. If we look at this one over the past year, it's down as well. So you see it's capable of tripling. It's down quite a bit in the last year. In the last month, it's just been bouncing around, but it is down a little bit. In the last week, down just a little bit as well. So here on Reddit, ISRG awaiting buy signal. Net profit 9 closed trade, 77% trade. Here on MSN Money, currently at 192.08. Price target of 325.82. And we'll just put TCNNF in there as well and see what it looks like. Oops, I think I put that in the wrong spot. But if you have either one of these, leave that in the comments. Which one is your favorite? But currently at 13.43, and this is showing an upside of 47.18. Showing a buy, you don't see that a lot on a lot of MJ stocks, so especially this one. I've had that one for about 4 years, and it's still about the same price I paid for it. So I have this one too, MJ Company of America. It's still about the same. So, and I'm sure we'll have to make a video on this one today. I have not talked about Sundial in quite some time, so I'll have to do an updated video on that one. But you can list which is your favorite. I'm sure I already know which will be the favorite on this one between Intuitive and TrueLeaf. It'll probably be TrueLeaf. TrueLeaf's my favorite, but with the catalyst and some of the info on Intuitive, it might not be too bad to look at it as well. But that's the two monster stocks, and you can list which is your favorite. And if you have any other monster stocks out there, any other favorites, especially any MJ stocks, probably have to take a look at CureLeaf, maybe do a video on that one for sure. Sundial and High Tide, some of the favorite ones that I talk about. High Tide's still my favorite, and maybe have to look at a couple of the MJ ETFs as well, MJ and so on. I've talked about all of them here on the channel before. But again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just state my opinion. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, following Ford Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.